Hey all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the middle of nowhere, also known as Milltown, Indiana, and I am out on Devil's Hollow Road, out in the depths of nowhere so far that there is no cell signal, and I've come out here for this. That, my friends, is a shoe tree. Yep, there it is, the Milltown, Indiana shoe tree. You can see those shoes just hanging there in bundles. This is one of the most intense shoe trees I've ever seen. Now, some of you may be asking me right now, what is a shoe tree? And that question is harder to answer than you may think. Now, on the simplest way to explain it, it's a tree full of shoes. As you can see, people have been throwing their shoes in the tree and getting them stuck. But how does a shoe tree start? Does it just take one pair of shoes? Does one person take a pair of shoes and just throw it up there? Another person sees the shoes and develops that idea until it continues and continues until the tree is covered. It's really interesting. A collective unconscious of humanity. It's actually a pretty good example of all these hundreds and hundreds of shoes. You just think to yourself, like, where have all these shoes walked? Where have these been? What adventures have these shoes been on? And I've actually been here before, and somewhere in that mass of shoe-manity is a pair of my old Chuck Taylors. You can see how the shoe trees expand. Some of these other trees have begun sprouting shoes as well. But this here, right here, that's the main Milltown shoe tree. Shoes springing up to every corner of this intersection. Yeah, the shoe tree phenomenon, it can be found all over the country. This miraculous and spontaneous sprouting of shoes. But I do believe that the Milltown tree, this is the biggest one I've seen. A lot of times it does have the unwanted side effect of killing the tree. Sometimes the shoes will choke the tree and squeeze the life out of it. I'm not a botanist, so I don't know what type of tree this is, but it does appear to be really healthy. You can see that those green leaves, despite the fact that there's about 1,000 shoes on it. Now, the proper way to add shoes to a shoe tree, you first got to take the shoes and you got to tie them together like a bolo so it can be thrown and wrapped around the tree branch. If you throw just a shoe, it'll just bounce off the tree. You got to have the cord between the shoes to form a grasp on that tree. Yes, to see these shoes and to think about all the roads they walked, all the places they stepped foot in, it really, you know, makes a little tinge in my heart. But I'm happy that it can successfully retire. This doesn't have to go to a dumpster. This doesn't have to, you know, be decomposed. This can be added to this tree and live on in happiness, in retirement, with the rest of these shoes as they can discuss all the different adventures that they have been on. All right, this may not be as easy as it looks. You got to throw the bolo. See what we can get this in the tree. Oh! Got him. All right, I've successfully hung my shoes in the tree. Bit of low-hanging fruit, but if you look right there, that is my shoe. The other one is up there. Successfully have become a part of the communal shoe tree. Appreciate you guys watching and joining me here as I added my shoe to the retirement tree of life here in Milltown, Indiana, off Devil's Hollow Road. Come here and visit my shoes. And if not, go down into my description and check out my interactive map that'll show you all the other places I've been, and you make suggestions on where I need to go. If you'd like to contribute, there's a t-shirt shop in the description. I don't sell any shoes. Also, if you want to donate at least $3 on Patreon, I'll send you postcards while I'm on my journeys. This one's in the shoe.